Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sports Dynasty NFL. I am Trevor, and this is Juan. We hope you guys had a great week. Make sure you guys share, like, share, subscribe to be part of the conversation. That being said, it's been a very emotional roller coaster for the NFL this week. Everything going on with the DeMar Hamlin playoff scenario,
good, by the way.
which is great. Which is great. He's talking now, communicating verbally now,
and doesn't need the tube to breathe anymore.
He doesn't need tube to breathe anymore, and that's incredible news. A lot of sleepless nights worrying about the notifications on our phones, especially for me at least. I was very, 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 very concerned. So we're happy that he's back. We're very happy to see him. It's definitely something that we needed. They needed to hear. So that's just good for him. That being said, with everything going on, so if you guys did anything under a rock, the NFL has officially canceled the Bills-Bengals game.
That'll happen at like 9 p.m. Eastern time yesterday too.
Yes,
very late.
Very late. They canceled the game, so therefore, those two teams will be playing just 16 games this year, like it's 2020.
It should have been the entire time.
I agree.
Even at 16 games.
I agree.
Maybe the season be dragging, like every time.
But yes. So therefore, the NFL has came up with a contingency plan regarding the seeding of the NFL playoffs.
AFC,
particularly the AFC. So basically, yeah. So we'll go through it now. Yes.
Okay. It's not a lot of stuff, but it's an interesting amount of stuff. There's even like a little chart that I think Adam Schefter shared earlier this morning to talk about every single possible scenario that who can get first seed, who could host AFC Championship games. This is basically just about the AFC Championship games. The divisional round will not matter about nothing at all. It doesn't matter. It's just about that. So, Kansas City will be playing the Raiders, right?
Mm-hmm.
Buffalo will be playing the New England Patriots, and the Cincinnati Bengals are playing the Ravens. If both Buffalo and Kansas City win their games this Saturday and Sunday, then if they meet in the, I guess you can call semifinal round of the NFL playoffs or the championship Sunday, that will be held at a neutral site if they both win on Sunday and Saturday. If Buffalo loses, then Kansas City hosts them if they were to meet. If Kansas City loses and Buffalo loses, I believe they switch, and Buffalo is the first seed.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, the tiebreaker.
Yeah, and then Buffalo hosts the AFC Championship game. So those are your scenarios for those specific teams. Now, and that's basically it. They didn't want to postpone the postseason at all. They didn't want to skip the bye week. I think because they're doing this new Pro Bowl shit that no one's gonna watch, so I guess they didn't want to take attention away from that.
Really?
I'm gonna guess that's what it is. Because what is the reason why not?
That's their concern. The Pro Bowl.
No, because it's a new thing. It's not really the Pro Bowl anymore. It's all new shit.
It's because kind of how the NBA does it now.
Yeah, then so they don't want to take attention away from that. So like, I'm assuming that's why then they're not taking the Super Bowl bye week.
Are you still gonna watch it?
No.
There you go. If you like flag football and like QB drills, then be our guest.
Yeah. So, and the biggest reason why I didn't do it is because no matter what happens, this doesn't directly affect anyone actually going into the playoffs. It has nothing to do with it. And in the AFC side, the only teams that have a chance to make the playoffs at this point for the 7th seed is the Patriots, the Steelers, and I think the Jaguars.
Yes.
Depending what happens. So what happened in a Monday night has nothing to do with those teams. So they said, screw it. There's no reason to postpone nothing. This game is canceled. That's it. And we're going to do it this way. Okay. There's another one. If Buffalo and Kansas City both lose as well, but Cincinnati wins against the Ravens, then then it will be in a neutral site too for Kansas City if they host either Cincinnati or Buffalo, because all their records will be around the same, and the Monday night game would have affected that scenario. So again, if the Buffalo Bills, the Kansas City Chiefs both lose on Saturday, Sunday, and the Cincinnati Bengals win on Sunday against the Ravens, if any of those three combinations, well, versus Kansas City, so Cincinnati or Buffalo meets Kansas City at the AFC Championship game, it will be in a neutral site. That's basically it. And then for the AFC North, because this game does affect the AFC North, Cincinnati is automatically the AFC North champions. Automatically. However, if they lose against Baltimore and they meet in the wild card round, assuming the Chargers lose. Remember, because if Baltimore wins but Chargers win, they stay the same, and Baltimore will meet Cincinnati as the 3rd versus 6th seeds. They'll actually decide home field advantage on a fucking coin flip.
Mm-hmm.
There is nothing else that you could do to determine that. Is whatever.
Believe it or not, in the courses of history of NFL history, a coin flip has decided home field. It's not this wouldn't be the first time this has happened. That a coin flip decides who gets the home field advantage or who wins the division. Yes, a division winner was decided by a coin flip because every single tiebreaker was the same.
I thought the point of having all those tiebreakers is for it to be impossible for something not to pop up.
I think it was a reason they did it for. I think there was a reason. It was in the 80s. Some shit happened. I think it wasn't a strike. It was something happened. A work stoppage, something like that. I don't know what it was, but
there was a strike in it. I think the Redskins won the Super Bowl that year too. I think with one of the strike seasons. I was might have been '86.
The scab season was the Redskins. Yeah, when the replacement players.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay,
but I knew it was a work stoppage in '82. I think.
Mm.
But the point is that yes, this is not has happened before. Correct me if I'm wrong, but for the year, but this has happened before. That a coin flip decided a division winner.
Okay, so there's a little bit more scenarios that can happen that affects the AFC Championship game location. So if all 3 of the top seeds lose on Saturday and Sunday, if Buffalo and Kansas City would meet in the AFC Championship game, that would be a neutral site. If all 3 of them, so Cincinnati as the 3rd seed, Kansas City as the 1st seed, and Buffalo as the 2nd seed, if all 3 of them lose this Sunday and Saturday, then Kansas City and Buffalo AFC Championship game will be in a neutral site. That's insane. The odds that happening is like
very
0.01%, but hey, if it happens, it's week 18 / what used to be called 17, where all the magic happens. You know, like the Clown Bowl last year. Yeah, so that's basically it. This really affects more Kansas City and Buffalo than it does Cincinnati. There's only one scenario when Cincinnati will have to meet in a neutral field, and again, that's if Cincinnati wins but the other 2 lose. That's basically it. Because no matter what, that's what happens. So like we were talking about for the AFC North thingy, if Chargers lose and Baltimore wins, they flip, and the Baltimore will not meet Kansas City in the wild card. Cincinnati in the wild card round.
Nope.
Because they'll be the 5th seed. They'll be playing against the AFC South instead, and Chargers will go to Cincinnati. So it's not complicated. They just worded it weird in their explanations, but it's not complicated. It's kind of simple actually.
Y'all get the hang of it when it happens.
Yeah, so I'll go through it one more time to show what 4 scenarios where there will be a neutral site held for the AFC Championship game. 4 scenarios. If all 3 top seeds win, Buffalo and Kansas City will be in a neutral site.
If they meet in the championship game.
Yes, they meet the AFC Championship game. If Buffalo and Kansas City win, Cincinnati has nothing to do with it. If both of those 2 win, the AFC Championship game between the 2, if it happens, will be a neutral site. If all 3 teams lose, the Buffalo and Kansas City, if they meet the AFC Championship game, will be a neutral site. And if Kansas City and Buffalo lose, but Cincinnati wins, Kansas City will not host an AFC Championship game if they meet either Buffalo or Cincinnati. Those are your 4 scenarios. where they will be neutral sided for the AFC Championship game. That's it. Not hard. Now let's talk about some football.
Yes.
Right? Very simple. All right. So let's go through our seedings for all the, and I'm gonna include the teams who have a chance to make the playoffs with it. These are all our seedings. In the AFC side, Kansas City is first, Buffalo is second, Cincinnati's third, Jacksonville, as of right now, is leading the AFC South at fourth seed. Chargers are fifth, Ravens are sixth, and the Patriots are seventh. Who is looming in right now is only two teams. Two teams with Jacksonville in I guess be parentheses for the wild card as well, depending on what happens. The Dolphins are looming at eighth seed, and the Steelers are looming at ninth seed. All three teams, including New England, 7, 8, 9, have the same record.
Very interesting you mentioned that. When we get to that more in a second, because I did notice something.
Yeah. In Tennessee's case, they can only win the division. If they lose, they're done. They have no chance at the wild card, no matter what happens. Only Jacksonville has a chance if they lose on Saturday night. For the NFC side, which is much simpler, is very easy. Eagles first seed, they win their first seed. 49ers are second seed as of right now. Vikings are third seed as of right now. Buccaneers are locked and fourth. They already won the division, so nothing matters to them at this point. Dallas is fifth seed for now, because there is a chance they can be first. I believe first seed.
Yes, first.
Giants are locked at sixth seed. There's no reason for them to do anything this Sunday either. And the Seahawks, as of right now, is seventh seed. Looming behind them are the Detroit Lions at 8, and the storybook Green Bay Packers are 9th. No one else has a shot.
Which is incredible, because Green Bay, even at the 9th seed, winning they're in.
Yep, they are winning
because of the tiebreaker scenarios. Winning they're in.
Win and they're in. Mind you, they're 9th seed. Detroit needs Seattle to lose, and Green Bay to obviously lose, because they will have to beat them. That's how they get their 7th seed. Seattle has to lose. For Seattle's case, we need Green Bay to lose, right?
Oh, yeah.
Seattle's case, they just need Green Bay to lose.
Seattle has to win and hope the Lions beat the. Which in that case, which wouldn't matter. Honestly speaking, if Seattle beats the Rams, what is the incentive? What's the incentive? So
Detroit. That's why people had a lot of problem with that game being the Sunday night game. But that's a division rival. Maybe you want to play spoiler and say fluff off. I'm gonna take it's just our chances were taken from us. We're gonna take it from you. We're here. Might as well.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that was NFL's incentive as to why they put that game, because Detroit was more likely going to play no matter what. That's my assumption. We said this last episode, I think, too.
Yes.
That's my assumption. Whatever. Okay. Any other scenarios? The Cowboys can get first seed if Philly loses to the Giants, which is 0.01% chance, because the Giants most likely will not play, because why the hell would they risk further injury? It makes no damn sense. But that's the only way. Philly must lose, and they must beat the Commanders. 49ers, they win, they're good. They're second seed. The Vikings need the 49ers to lose and obviously win, and they're playing against whoever the hell the backup is in Chicago. I have no idea. I forget. It doesn't matter.
Nate Peterman or
my Jesus, yeah.
Nathan Peterman.
Or whoever the hell is, whatever they decide. So those are your NFC scenarios. Very easy. Like we said, Buccaneers is locked and the Giants are locked. There's nothing that can change their seeding. We already went through basically the entire first through third season of the AFC earlier. So that's it. But we'll go through really quickly. Chiefs win, their first seed, that's it. If they lose, Buffalo wins, Buffalo switches with them. And that's basically it. Since he has zero shot to be first seed. None. It's impossible. But they can be second seed with I think both those teams losing. Both Chiefs and Bills losing. Bengals will go over the Bills, but I believe Kansas City will stay first, I think.
Yes, they would.
Yeah. So that's the only ways they could flip over. That's it. Jaguars, they went
when they're in.
When they're in the fourth. But like we said, there is a chance that they can hit a wild card too. We'll get there. Chargers, they win, they're the fifth seed. If Baltimore loses, they're in the fifth seed. It don't make no damn difference what happens. Baltimore, for them to be the fifth seed, they need the Chargers to lose. And they need to beat Cincinnati, obviously. That's it. Otherwise, they're locked the sixth seed otherwise. Now, the fun part, the seventh seed. Patriots hold the keys. Well, Buffalo holds their keys because Buffalo owns them like if they're their master. So if Buffalo decides to beat the shit out of Patriots are out obviously, but the Patriots win, they're in automatically. They're in automatically. Dolphins, they need the Patriots to lose, and the Dolphins need to beat the Jets.
Which to me is interesting because Mike McDaniel is starting Skylar Thompson this weekend. So I'm like,
my assumption that means that this dude's pinky's messed up. So that has to be what it is.
So I'm guessing
there is no possible way.
Yeah,
that he starts over.
I was going to say that. I would say that he has to be hurt because there's no way if you bench him because you don't think he get the job done, then you're not beating the Jets. No, that's not. So possible. Again, hoping again the Jets, even though especially they don't they can't stand the Dolphins either. So
they're gonna play.
They're gonna play. They're gonna play. So if they're able to spoil a division rival making the playoffs, that means that the other division rival may get independent. Or who knows? Who knows? You may be doing solid for teams like
the next one, the Pittsburgh Steelers. They need both Patriots and Dolphins to lose, and they obviously have to beat the Browns. They're in.
Yes.
Now, the Jacksonville Jaguars. If all three of the teams that we just mentioned loses, Jacksonville gets in no matter what happens to them on Saturday night. So if they were to lose to Tennessee, they could still, they're just in front of the TVs hoping all three teams lose and they get in as the 7th seed. Crazy. Which is possible. All three teams could lose. The one that's most likely not going to happen is Pittsburgh. It's kind of hard to see Pittsburgh losing to the Browns, but it's possible. Anything happen. But the other two, Patriots are 98% chance going to lose to the Bills because the Bills need the game. And the Dolphins, it's actually kind of 50-50 in my opinion. Maybe even more towards Jets. Maybe. Yeah. But Jets have been kind of bad for the last month, so I'm not sure which Jets we're going to see. But especially the last two games, the Jets defense has been disgusting. So you know what? Let's go to that game right now before we start skipping. So because we already start talking about it, I might as well go into it. So the Jets are going to be at Miami. Miami is favored by 3, even though they're starting a third-string quarterback. But the over and under is 37 because they're starting a third-string quarterback.
That's literally because they're home. They're because they're a home game. And despite the Jets defense being really bad the last 2 games, they still think that they can get Skylar Thompson.
They might get one more. Yeah, they might get one more in them.
And I'm not gonna lie to you, it's tough.
I'm picking the Jets.
I'm picking the Jets too.
Let's go. I'm picking the Jets. We really made fun of this in the last episode too. I'm like, fluff Miami, let's do this. I'm in it. I'm picking the Jets to win this game. We got to get 1 to 2 upsets this week. 1 to 2 of them. And this is one of the more plausible ones, especially going against the third-string quarterback. This defense cannot bend over against this guy, man. If they do, then maybe there are some questions that need to be answered on Salah. Mm-hmm. Because there's no possible way at this point. It doesn't matter if they play with Tyreek Hill and Waddle. I don't care. This dude sucks and is very much in display. All 2 or 3 games he's played this year. He's garbage. Terrible. Garbage. He actually cost them a few games when Tua got hurt the second time, I think the second time. When he got the concussion. There's no way the Jets can bend over on this one. I'm going with the Jets. I don't feel too good. I'm 68%.
I'm glad you mentioned Salah. You know what I mean? I might mention Salah too because I do have because remember last episode we said that if the Jets decide to fire him, I wouldn't be upset about it. I would get it, but I would get it. I understand if they did it or not.
You better have a replacement.
But this right here, but if you lose to the Dolphins with Skylar Thompson, then hit the hot seat. I think he's on the hot seat.
Yeah, the fire just went on the seat. Yep.
Because that's
sad.
Because
you just lost 6 in a row, dude. You were in the playoff for contention.
You lost 6 in a row, and then a lot of the.
It's funny. The Dolphins the same thing. They might lose 6 in a row too.
The crazy thing about it is that you lost 6 in a row. You're out of playoff contention, and a lot of the decisions that were made in this situation because of bad coaching.
Bad depth chart. Quarterback.
But personnel moves. Very, very bad. So they need this game.
I do. I think both teams need it, and I would argue the same thing like you just said. The Jets do need this game just for morale purposes and to make sure. But are we sure Salah's the guy? You got to give me this one.
Yeah.
If you're Salah. All right. So now let's talk about the games that actually don't matter. You're gonna go breeze through them for gamble purposes. For example, Panthers and Saints. Saints are at home, favored by 3.5. Over and under 42. I don't give a shit about this game. No one's gonna watch this motherfucking game. Stop playing with me. I'm just gonna pick the Saints just cause I'm a little scared. Because again, they're the roller coaster. They went way up yesterday, beating Philly. Now you got to come down. So are they gonna come down? Is the question. I'm gonna pick them anyway.
I'm picking them on the super focus because they're home.
Yeah,
Because they're home.
I'm
That's
going
what
with
I'm picking them. Send the people in New Orleans home happy this season. See you next year.
And I like the under in this game at 42.
Mm.
What else doesn't matter? Buccaneers, Falcons in the same division. Buccaneers, I don't know. I've heard they're playing their starters. Makes no damn sense to me, but apparently they're playing their starters. So Tom Brady and them is starting. Falcons are favored by 4, so maybe we're lying to you, and I kind of hope we're lying to you because it really does make no damn sense if the starters is playing. But Falcons are favored at home by 4, and the over under is 40.5.
They literally have no respect for Tom Brady. And this
if he's playing,
I don't think he is. I don't think
he shouldn't be. If he's playing, that's a good bet.
That's a good bet. Yeah,
+4 for the Buccaneers.
I'm gonna go with the Atlanta. And
me too,
because they're home and in the season, right?
And I don't believe that Tom Brady's playing. Even though I heard
I don't think it doesn't make sense to me.
It doesn't. He might start, but after like a quarter, he's gonna sit.
Yeah, it wouldn't make any sense.
It's stupid as hell. Okay, where's the rest? There's like 2 more that don't matter. Giants and Eagles. It doesn't, but it does at the same time. But we're going with the assumption, and the line supports us, that the Giants are sitting their starters. Philly's favored at home by 14. So that means that they're assuming they will resting all the starters, and the under is 43. This is actually one of the safer double-digit favorites that you should just take.
Yes,
they're gonna win by 14. Like they because they're not playing. They want that first seed. They want the extra rest for Jalen Hurts. They're gonna do it. Yeah, and I doubt he's playing.
And Gardner Minshew should have no problem taking care of it.
Better not have any problems.
She should have no problems. If not, if they struggle against this Giant team, who's literally not playing, you really think that this Eagles defense will scare the Giants receivers? They need the reps. The only person that only starters, only people that's not playing this game is the defense because they play well. The defense is going to rest. They're going to rest, and Saquon going to rest. The receivers, the rest of y'all motherfuckers, y'all playing. Y'all need the reps because y'all trash. It's so bad. I would tell Kenny Galladay, I know he was paying you the whole year to sit your ass at home.
Oh, he definitely should play.
But you are going to play. I don't give a damn if you drop in passes or miss. I don't give a rat's ass what you do.
Play because it's going to be your last game as a Giant.
So. Exactly. You're going to play because it'll be your last game as a Giant because you're getting the hell out of here. So you might as well make it worth it. They had a stat saying that if he gets like 70 catches in this game, he gets a bonus.
Well, time to break history, brother.
I know you got that.
All right, here's a game that literally does. Well, actually, no bullshit. It does matter for one specific reason. Houston at Indianapolis. Indianapolis is favored by 2.5. The over and under is 37.5. Why it matters? Because of Tank Bowl. Houston loses this game, they are guaranteed the first overall pick. They win this game and Chicago loses, Chicago gets the first overall pick. Tank Bowl.
We were talking about this off air, talking about what game is going to be like the Clown Bowl. This is it. I'm picking the Colts. I'm picking the Colts.
Oh, we're supposed to pick. Oh, my bad. Shit. Yeah, I'm picking the Colts too.
I'm picking the Colts.
There's no way the test is gonna fuck this up and win this game. It makes no damn sense. They need this to get the first overall pick. Stop playing. No. Go ahead and get the the quarterback, the Alabama kid. That's Bryce Young, right? Yeah, go get him. Yeah, whatever.
I'm telling you right now.
Let's set him up for failure.
I'm telling you right now. That's for Houston. We're talking about as far as the.
They really have. I was gonna say they have nothing. They just won the MLB championship. What am I talking about? But I'm about to say because the Rockets suck ass too. Nah, but at least they got the Astro championship. So what am I talking about? Forget it. My bad.
But I'm saying this will be the moment when they completely screw this up and beat the Colts
and win.
Beat the Colts. Now the Colts will be infamous for two things.
We won't care as much though. Last year was significantly worse.
Yeah, significantly worse. Because a Pacific quarterback who did the exact same thing last week.
He did the same thing last week. Exactly. Exactly.
Poor guy.
Speaking of that team, Cowboys going to Commanders. Cowboys favored at on the road by 7. Huge one.
That's it.
Sam Howell. I know, right? Sam Howell is starting quarterback of the Commanders. Yeah, that is gonna beat the shit out of them.
They are.
That's one of the only blowouts I think you're really gonna get. They're gonna beat the shit out of them. They better put it in my friendly bet, my chance to win. Which I'm probably still not gonna fucking whatever. That's not the show. Yeah, but anyway, whatever. Cardinals at 49ers. 49ers favored at home by 14. I I don't know if they're going to win by 14. They might, but they're going to win. So they're going to be the second seed in the NFC. It's just as simple as that.
Brock Party. That's incredible.
Yeah. You picked Dallas too, right?
I picked Dallas.
Okay,
yes.
I know. I'm trying to rush through. We're skipping our picks and shit.
Yeah, I picked Dallas. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if Brock Purdy actually sits for whoever's the 18th string quarterback in the team.
Who's? Wait, who is that? Josh Johnson?
I don't know. Maybe he'll play like the second half or something. Okay. I think that's all the games that don't matter. / the Jets game, because we went through that because we're talking about them so much. I think we might as well do it. Okay, we'll go with the Rams and Seahawks. Seahawks are our favorite at home by 6. Over those 41.5. Seattle needs this game real bad, but this also stinks. This could be a game. This is an upsettable game right here.
And for me personally, you know why? This is Baker Mayfield's last chance to audition for another team.
Yep. And I think McVay usually plays very well against Pete Carroll, too, if I'm not mistaken. You already know the NFC West little chart of who beats whose ass. I believe McVay is getting on Pete Carroll. That's the one. So, hey, I want to put it past them. They had one blunder last week against the Chargers, and they were in it for a half, and then I don't know what the hell happened. So the Seahawks, they had the one game last week, but that was because Mike White couldn't move the football at all. Baker Mayfield in this system, I don't know, man. Maybe he has something.
He might. I'm not gonna lie to you. If I'm the Rams, because I think Stafford's out of here. I think that's more of a choice for the all season, but
meaning out of here like he's retiring.
I think he might retire. He should. But what else you got to prove? But Baker,
I mean, he does have a fat contract. He may want to get paid. We'll see, though. We'll see. I don't think it's stupid for him to retire. Aaron Donald, too.
Yeah.
But they just got paid, though. I don't know if they're going to leave money. We'll see.
That's incredible. You know, look at that out of notes. 9 years in the league, Aaron Donald. 9 years.
He's a Hall of Fame player.
And he's already an all-time great.
Mm-hmm.
That is insane.
He's one of the best defensive tackles of all time already.
He has over 100 sacks already.
I actually didn't know that. He already had 100 sacks as a DT.
He had over 100 sacks already. Over. In 9 years.
A lot of people don't give him his due, which is stupid as hell.
I don't get it either.
It's stupid.
But Lion fans will be paying attention to this game. We
really did have 2 all-time great defensive linemen in the last 10 years, him and J.J. Watt, bro. Mm-hmm. We've got to see that. That's special.
To me, if they did Watt didn't get hurt for all those years, his numbers would be scored.
He had arguably the best peak.
Yeah, we've seen. I think the first 5 years was 20+ sacks.
Yeah, it was straight. Insanity. He got 3 defensive player of the years almost in a row. Aaron Donald, he had he stretched it out his whole career from when he started all the way to now. He's been the best defensive lineman in the league, and got 3 DPOYs too. You know, one of them I disagree with. I think the latest one, but it was whatever. I think TJ Watt should have got it, but it is what it is.
Oh, that's another guy too. Yo, man, it's crazy. I'm gonna be getting sidetracked for this too.
No, we really are because we don't give a shit about this game.
Yeah, so yes,
Seattle winning, man, or you're done.
3 literally be able to see 3 one of the greatest defensive linemen in history in the last 10, 15 years span. Because TJ Watt is going to be incredible.
Yeah, he already is incredible.
He's really incredible. He's going to be. If he stay healthy, he'll surpass his brother. But damn.
Yeah, at least when it comes to I don't know about peak though. Yeah. That JJ Watt, he was special.
Will play his final game anyway, so I don't know.
Yeah, and the 49ers game. Seahawks gotta watch out for Cam Akers. He's been killing, except last week, but he's been killing. He got a 1 deep run though, so it kind of skewed his stats a little bit last week. But he's been on a tear as of late somehow. So, and Jets were getting small runs at him, but they were going up by so quick that they stopped running the football, and Mike White just killed the game. So, you better watch Cam Akers in that running game. Otherwise, they're going to be in for a long day. Remember, Jalen Ramsey and company still in that secondary for the Rams, so they could get Geno. I'm just saying, this is definitely, I love the Rams +6 in this game, easy in this one, but this might be an upset. All right. There's everything else matter. Chargers, Broncos. Broncos are favored by 3. I'm trying to see what. That's crazy. The Chargers will know their fate by the time they play because the Bengals and Ravens game is beforehand. So depending on that game, I think maybe regardless, to be honest, they might rest Herbert and company. So that's why the Broncos are favored. And I hesitate to pick them, but they have been scoring points, so I'm going to pick the Broncos to win this game. If only we could hedge. We can't hedge though. We ain't do it all year. We can't do it now.
No.
You're gonna go to Chargers?
I'm going to Chargers. Yeah, I can't do it.
So you're going back to what we said a couple weeks ago, even though it doesn't matter anymore.
It doesn't matter anymore. Honestly.
I'm still picking Broncos. I'm going Broncos at my high to get one. They've been scoring. They're putting up points, and they're more likely not going to play the starter, at least not for the entire game. So I'm gonna go with the Broncos.
I mean, for their sake, don't put Russell wants to play at home. Some Russell wants to stay home.
No, you game pay the motherfucking game. What you mean?
It'd be garbage. Okay,
flop that. And Rippon's that much better.
Denver's screwed. Denver's screwed.
Another one, Vikings, Bears. Vikings are favored on the road by 6. Again, they're not playing Justin Fields, so I'm surprised it's only 6. The Vikings are going to beat the shit out of them. When I say beat the shit out of them, I mean they're going to win like 21-10.
Yes.
It's the Vikings. But they're going to win the game. Unfortunately for them, so are the 49ers, so they're going to stay at their seed. And they will be playing the New York Giants. A rematch. Let's see if a 61-yard field goal is going to save them this time.
I'm not going to lie to you.
I can't wait for next week's episode.
You can I. And that's a matchup the Giants, they
want it. I know they want it.
But they want that one again. They want that one.
Wild card week is gonna be so much fun. Oh my god, I can't wait, man.
It's gonna be too much fun.
All right. Are we? No. Damn it. All right. I think this is the last game though. That actually doesn't matter that much, but it does at the same time. Browns Steelers. Steelers favorite at home by 2.5. Over and under is 40.5. I like Pittsburgh, but I will not be surprised if they may drop this one because they haven't been scoring many points as of late. They've been winning, but when the last time they broke 20 against Carolina, and that wasn't even with Kenny Pickett. The last 2 games they scored less than 20 points, both of them, the Ravens game and the Raiders game. So they didn't score points. I don't know if 17. I don't think is enough to beat this Browns team, even though they suck. But Deshaun Watson looked like a halfway decent quarterback in the second half of that Washington game. So we'll see if he keeps up that momentum. I am going to pick Pittsburgh because they are the better team, but doesn't mean that they're going to score enough. We'll see if Kenny Pickett has another one in him. Hopefully it won't get that far. Maybe they'll win like 28-3, maybe. We'll see. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I'm going with Pittsburgh as well. Better team. Just so, and I want them to get the 500 for him.
Me too. That's the biggest reason. We've been supporting them for like 2 months now.
Yeah, I want them to get it so badly.
Me too. There's a gotta watch out for that running game. Watch out for Deshaun Watson hitting the occasional go throw. We'll see. I think that's it. I think every other game basically matters for both teams. I think we're there. Yes, we are. All right. So let's start with Cincinnati and Ravens. We kind of covered that kinda already. The the Bengals are favored by 9.5 because there's guaranteed no Lamar Jackson. And there's over and under 39.5. All right, about that 9.5, I'm not entirely sure that's gonna hit, but you're gonna hear me say this about the Patriots game as well. Where is Cincinnati's head at? Are they gonna have a little bit of PTSD because they will be playing in the same field in which the tragedy happened last week? How are their mentals coming into this game? So for one of those reasons, I'm going to pick the Bengals to win and not cover that 9.5 point spread. Plus, it's also huge against a division opponent. Because both teams kind of need this game for the most part, not like crazily, but they do need this game for seeding purposes. And I'm sure that Ravens will like the chance to have to play against Jacksonville or Tennessee rather than see Cincinnati or even Buffalo. You know what I'm saying? Whatever happens, you know what I'm saying? So I think I'm going to go with Cincy, but not covering the 9.5 point spread. I mean, even though the Cincinnati is a better team literally throughout the entirety of the rosters, but these pesky division games, you know. Plus, Ravens probably feel screwed, even though the right thing to do was cancel the game and to do what they did. But they probably feel screwed because this basically took out their right of having that 3rd seed that they could have had, you know. So maybe they'll play harder before it. We'll see.
I mean, maybe. I mean, they probably feel screwed, but who gives a shit? Because if only you guys played hard before this situation.
That's exactly what I said when I saw it. I said you lost to the Browns without what's his face?
Deshaun Watson.
No, they lost to him. That's the bad part. The quarterback, Jacoby Brissett, the better quarterback. They lost to Pittsburgh and that game the other day. There's no stupid ass loss they had that was funny. I forgot what it was. Jacksonville. Yeah, you dropped some games, man. You dropped some games. Did they beat Denver? Denver beat them.
They beat Denver.
Okay. I'm gonna say we both Cincinnati.
Yeah, I don't remember last time they won a game, so that definitely didn't happen. But yeah, I'm going with Cincinnati. Yeah, they should win this game.
Another one that has to do with more seeding than anything else. Chiefs at Raiders. Chiefs are favored on the road by 9 at Las Vegas. Over and under 2.5. The reason why I left this here and did not say it earlier is because this might be one of the most probable upsets out of all the games in this week, assuming Jarrett Brady returns again for a second straight week at home. This was at home last week, right? When they okay. At home. Jarrett Brady. I'm still picking the Chiefs to win the game. That 9 is not going to be covered, though. They never cover big spreads for some reason. So I'm definitely picking Chiefs to win. But if Jarrett Brady comes up instead of Jarrett Stidham, the Chiefs, I think, have a major issue. A huge issue. Because they're not going to be able to stop that at all. They barely stopped them the first time they played. And that was with broken Derek Carr. So imagine with Jarrett Brady playing. And Devontae Adams playing some inspired ass football like he did last week.
I'm picking the Chiefs anyway to win the game. The point spread to me is a little bit too high for me. I think I'll take the Raiders with the points.
Mm-hmm.
But Chiefs will win this game, no problem. Get the number 1 seed, keep it moving. At the end of the day, the Raiders still the Raiders. At the end of the day, Chiefs will find a way to win this game. They will find a way. They always find a way to squeak out these division games, whether it's the Chargers or whether it's the Raiders
or the Broncos.
Or the Broncos twice. When even though the Chiefs have not played well the last 5 weeks, they haven't been very inspiring to watch. You know, they kind of been on cruise control. You know, they win games, but they're just like whatever. But I'm gonna go with the Chiefs to win this game. See what happens from there.
Yeah, 100% agreed. All right, Patriots, Bills. Bills favored at home 7.5. Very surprising. Over and under is 43. So remember when I said we got to see how the Cincinnati's mentals are going to be? This goes like quadruple for the Buffalo Bills. Where is their head going to be? So there's going to be a few scenarios in which will affect how this game goes. They're out of it, and they may actually drop this game because their head's not in it still, even though good news coming out of the hospitals for DeMar Hamlin. They play inspired, and they drop 66 on the Patriots. That's a possibility. Or this is the least of them to me. This is a competitive game at Buffalo, and the Patriots, outside of the playoff game last year, actually have played them better at Buffalo than at Foxborough for some reason. That's weird. Like starting back to 2020 when Cam fumbled the game away, that was like 24-20 game.
Patriots almost won the game. Won that game.
The Mother Nature game in 2021 last year was at Buffalo. They won that game too. Otherwise, at Foxborough, they've gotten beaten the shit out of basically every time.
36-9. The playoff 36-9.
The game last Thursday after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And last year was kind of competitive, but Buffalo controlled the whole game. Yeah. Put up 30. That was last year. That was right after Christmas, I believe.
Yeah, I mean that was the Isaiah McKenzie game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was after Christmas in 2021. So it's weird how they play better at Buffalo than they do at Foxborough. I don't know. I don't get it. Whatever. Again, outside the playoff game. Playoff game, we don't talk about that here. Depression is not allowed. So, yeah. There's not much to say. Now, in terms of football aesthetics, Buffalo absolutely owns this team. There's no possible way the Patriots ever beat this team ever, unless Mother Nature, literally God, is involved, like last year. So, Buffalo wins this game to cover the spread to me. I see them putting up at least 38 on this team because I think they're actually going to be inspired.
Yes.
Coming in, they got the patches and everything. They're going to beat the shit out of the Patriots. The Patriots ain't going to the playoffs.
And nor should they.
Yeah, agreed.
And nor should they. I'm going with the Bills as well.
Yeah. Now, all right. The important game that we have the two. We have the two. All right. Let's start with the Saturday one. Titans and Jaguars. Jaguars favored by 6.5. Over and under 40. There is no Tannehill. He's out for the season, but Derrick Henry will be there, probably healthier than usual. And Jacksonville actually played their starters last week. I don't know why. And, got that win. So we're going to have a semi-healthy Titans team versus a fully healthy Jaguars team.
And Joshua Dawson is playing for Titans.
Yeah, that's their quarterback. So that is the biggest reason why I'm going with Jacksonville Jaguars. All they have to do is plug up the run against Derrick Henry, which is easier said than done. However, the offensive line of Tennessee Titans is absolute garbage. If you guys haven't noticed already. So Buffalo. So Jacksonville shouldn't have that much trouble being able to plug up the run, but we'll see what happens. Mike Vrabel always has things up his sleeve. So that is the X factor of the game. Is the great unpredictable wizard that is Mike Vrabel. But I got Jacksonville winning, not covering that 6.5. That is huge. I'm going with them winning by like 2 points.
I'm picking Jacksonville to win this game and cover the points.
Oh, you think it'll be the crap out of them? You really don't like this quarterback, do you?
I don't. He's hot garbage. He's hot garbage.
I figured as much.
Yeah, they're gonna cover the spread. Josh McDowell doesn't belong in the league. Sorry.
Okay.
And they'll win the division and go to the playoffs. Jacksonville, Trevor Lawrence in the playoffs.
He did,
and with a winning record.
He did, and he got there sooner than Justin Herbert did.
Yeah,
I just wanted to throw that shot out there. And the final game, Sunday night, Lions at Packers. Packers are favored by 5. That line is going way up. It's insane. Over and under is 49. That is going to be an under. That is an easy bet. Everybody bet that under now. I don't know who the hell that people think that the Packers are. They're going to win by 5 points against this team. If I'm not mistaken, last time they played, I think the Lions won.
Yeah, they won.
If I'm not mistaken.
It was like 12-8.
Yeah. And if I'm not mistaken, that's not that many points. Then again, that's 4. Yeah, there you go. So it's 8. That's 4. I don't think it was actual score, but
I know it was 8 points. The Packers did 8 points.
I'm gonna look up the score now. But I like the Packers to win this game. Not because of Aaron Rodgers going, because I kind of don't like how this quarterback has looked in the last few weeks. He's made some very questionable throws that Aaron Rodgers, that we know, didn't used to try. But all of a sudden, he's trying some stupid throws that we're like, dude, you're too old to be making stupid-ass mistakes like this, And then he's taking stupid sacks, and he's holding on the ball way too long, like a rookie. And it's like, dude, what is... Like, that Miami game was bad. People did not eloquate how bad Aaron Rodgers was in that game. But the defense and company won anyway, and Tua's concussion won them the game anyway. So I don't understand where all that came from. But this is going to be in Lambeau. This is going to be a cold game because it's Lambeau in January, and we are talking about Jared Goff. So that's another reason why the Packers should win this game. It was 15-9.
Oh, 15-9.
Yeah, which is 6 points. So that would cover the spread if that was the score. Well, no, it wouldn't, because the lines are plus, so it would be +6. But you know what I mean, yeah. Well, I'm gonna go with that. I think Green Bay found their running game for the most part. Aaron Jones being used more often, and I'm assuming Christian Watson's playing. I didn't check because it's the injury report's not really out yet. It's gonna come out to like tomorrow fully, so we'll see who's playing in this game. But I'm not reading too much into last week because Minnesota lost their entire offensive line. So any little miracle quote unquote comebacks that he had was not going to happen. But this defense really did shape up and is really playing well. I still think it should be better than what they are, but they're still playing well enough. And I like them to be at home with that crowd, with that cold, being able to swallow up Jared Goff and company. And I like the Packers to win this game, just not by 5. It might take a game-winning field goal. It might take a stop, but Packers win by around 3 points, in my opinion. But they win. They win in the end.
Packers win this game. They're in. They found their mojo, and I just don't see how. If you guys give Aaron Rodgers a chance to do something, he's gonna find a way to do it.
Most of the time, yeah.
Most of the time, yeah. Even though this team is, for the most part of the year, have been dead in the water, but they kind of rolled like a phoenix. They should win this game. They should win this game at home, and to the playoffs they go.
Nope, to get absolutely trounced by their fathers.
The San Francisco 49ers. That's crazy.
More things change, the more things stay the same, right? Must go to get absolutely curb stomped by Brock Lesnar. Purdy.
Yes. Playoffs are upon us.
Yep.
It was so much fun. It was so much fun to watch.
Hopefully he's a lot better than his bum-ass season.
That being said, we'll see you guys later. Peace, love, applesauce.